Alright, what are you drinking? Are you drinking scotch?
No, I've got some leftover Malibu.
Ooh. Coke.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? Nice.
Right.
So you got everything there?
Yep. Good to go.
Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 4 of Joys of One Mic.
No, it's A mic.
Alright, let's do that again.
It doesn't matter.
Just start from here. Hello there, loyal listeners, and welcome back to episode 4 of Two Boys and a Mic.
2 boys and a mic. That's right.
That's it. I got it right. I got the name of my own show right. With me, as always, is Mr. Nudge.
Hello.
Coming to us. Are you coming to us from the live pits of hell today, or are you somewhere on the plane of humans?
I don't know. I think today I'm in helium land.
In helium land? Ooh,
Yeah.
What's that like?
Everyone's voices are just like,
Super
sexually
high and
castrated. Yeah.
Castrated. Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like every show we've done so far, which is literally 3, we're going to start with our first segment of every show, which is Nudge's Random Thoughts of the Day. So, Nudge, I assume you've been sitting on your infernal stoop coming up with a new thought of the day. What is your thought this week?
Well, it's that I was just thinking that one day in the future, when kids of today are like our age or maybe older, like in the 40s, 50s, they're going to start like complaining about the rubbish that the kids listen to these days. And then they're going to say like, you should be listening to real music, and Justin Bieber is going to be considered as real music.
I think I threw up a little bit in my mouth when you said that. Oh my God, what made you think of that? Oh, that's a horrible thought. And it's probably true.
Yeah, because if you think about it, some of the stuff, like, we will say, like, we listen to, it's, back then it was considered pretty bad. A lot of the poppy stuff we listened to in the 80s and 90s.
Aqua is the one thing that comes straight to my mind when you say that. And yet, I loved it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so I just thought it's probably going to happen. And then, that also makes you think, we're like those bands that, like, that our parents like, but they actually good, Like, maybe they were like the Justin Biebers of those days.
Well, this is the thing, right? Like, I had a university professor, right? And he would always harp on the Beatles.
Yeah.
He would make out that the Beatles were like the worst thing to happen to music ever.
Oh, okay.
And, like, you just look at him and go, how can so many people be wrong about such an awesome band?
Yeah.
And yet, he's probably not wrong. Like, in his time, they probably were considered pretty rubbish because, like, the 60s, what sort of came before it that was probably considered good music would be things like, like anything swing, like Miles Davis, Frank Sinatra, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then, it actually makes sense because, like, like, sometimes jazz just confuses the crap out of me. Like, some of it's really good, but some of it, it's just like, I keep hearing, like when back in the rock band days, like, there'd be, like, these jazz crews who come in, perform, and it'd be like this 15-minute long sets of, like, one song where each of them have, like, 5-minute solos, right?
Yeah.
And then this girl in this other band, she goes, you know what they say about jazz musicians? The people who enjoy it the most are the performers. And I was like, that's so true. Like, I'm sitting here confused as hell, and those guys on stage look like they're having so much fun. So
that's it, exactly. And one day, our children's children will say, oh my God, you listen to that old music.
Yep.
And then our kids will say, yeah, but there was such cool stuff like Justin Bieber. And I, at 86 years old, will still vomit into my mouth. No offense to any Justin Bieber fans in our audience, but oh my God, if you are listening to Justin Bieber, yeah. Anyway, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Nudge's random thought of the day. One day in the future, Justin Bieber is going to be considered real music by the old people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Comment below. Tell us what you think. Do you think that's true? Do you think Justin Bieber will be the guy that we consider real music? Every time I say it, I feel like I want to heave. It's really bad. Fantastic thought of the day, Nudge. I love it. Your demon soul is on fire tonight. Maybe quite literally. So what's been going on with you, man?
I'm on my break now, which is good, but I'm still but then the good thing is I'm on my break and I've started programming a bit, but the bad thing is WoW Classic also came out. So yeah.
Yeah, so I have also fallen into this trap. I have, and ladies and gentlemen, it's Nudge's demon influence that has brought this upon me.
Yes.
And I have also literally only 5 minutes before we started this podcast actually signed up to WoW Classic myself.
Yeah, you're like, just 1 sec, and then I see you on Discord, WoW Classic, and you're on there for like 15 minutes. Like, what's this guy doing?
Relax, man, 15 minutes. It wasn't my fault.
Leveling up.
It's not my fault. I wasn't leveling up. Oh my God. Plus, if it's WoW Classic, 15 minutes is nothing. That would get me like half a level 1.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to getting back into it though. Hey, so let me ask you a question though, because I gave up WoW sort of after Wrath of the Lich King, and you kept playing with your spouse and some other friends.
Yeah.
Does my subscription to that now get me into World of Warcraft too? Like now that I've activated the subscription, does it just play for WoW Classic or does it play for
No, it pays for both, but like for the other game you need to buy the latest expansion.
Yeah, so, but I think I remember you telling me, was it like you can play all of the expansions up to the newest one?
Yeah, you just have to buy the latest. No,
you just have to play.
Yeah, you just have to buy the latest one. I think you can't even log on. Actually, I haven't tried. I don't think you can log on. I think if you logged on, you'd just be on the free account, the up to level 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, otherwise it's a bit of a loophole. Maybe it works, I don't know. But
you know what? I'm not even going to attempt it. I don't know if I want to go back down that rabbit hole. No, yeah. I remember playing WoW, and I think I got it like a week or something after it was released. And it was amazing. Like, it was just one of the best gaming experiences. And then as each of the new expansions came out, I was like, I started losing interest. Yeah. Then my account got hacked, and I was out.
Oh, yeah.
I was out. Yeah, that was it. I was done. Once that happened, I was like, nah, this is stuff. I don't want to do all this shit again.
Yeah. When mine got hacked, I made an expensive call to America to recover my account. Oh my gosh.
I think I did too. I think I wasted like $30-40 on my own phone.
Yeah.
Calling them up and getting it all fixed up.
Yeah.
It was shocking. Anyway. So you're on break. You mean you're on break from torturing souls and stuff, or?
Yeah. Even torturers need a vacation.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, it starts getting boring.
Do they let you vacation up here on Earth?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, nice.
I guess.
Awesome. Love it. What have I been doing?
Yeah, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I haven't been up to a lot. I've been working very, very hard. And I'm very, very tired. And not much else. I'm very excited about WoW Classic, but I'm also very excited about a game I pre-ordered. So for the first time ever in my life, I've never been one of those gamers who pre-orders games unless it's EB. Like EB, I'll go and pre-order and pay slowly as it gets towards the release date. Yeah. Usually, if you go online and it says pre-order now, I'd never ever have done that because I'm always worried that if that will pull out or something will happen, and it just you lose your money, or you've got this struggle getting your money back. Yeah. But I saw this game on the Switch once, and it was on special, and I thought, I'll get it. It looks awesome. And then I didn't actually see that it was a pre-order. So I think I've actually waited almost 3 months. So I ordered that back in June. And I've been waiting 3 months to play this. It's called Police Story, and it's a top-down, like, arcade shooter.
Is it based on the Jackie Chan movie?
I don't know. I don't know. It kind of looks like you're a two-man. You're part of like some like cop partnership, and you just
Isn't that what Police Story is about?
Yeah, I think so.
I watched it a long time ago. I can't remember. Yeah.
How good is that movie though? Jackie Chan and his
his old Hong Kong flicks. They're awesome.
They're amazing. He's made some. That guy's one of my favorite actors. He's one of the best kung fu actors ever.
Yeah.
You know, better than Jet Li. Like Jet Li, you watch Jet Li movies, and like the guy's good, but he just always looks like he's got a carrot up his ass. Again, yeah. Again,
Jackie
no
Chan
offense.
made it really popular. You know, he really popularized it.
He was good.
Bruce Lee did, but he was just a machine.
Yeah.
Like,
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Bruce Lee. May he ever rest in peace. That guy was a legend. Here's the whole reason I got into martial arts. I love Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Anyway, so not much. It's been horrible weather here in Sydney. So
yeah, it has. It's been
3 days of pretty depressing inside work. But anyway, hopefully the rain will stave off tomorrow, maybe Friday, and then all will be well.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, it was raining in Azeroth.
Well, hopefully I'll come and join you tomorrow. Tomorrow we can start going around leveling up, because you're going to start a character with me, right?
Yeah, I'll make a shaman with you.
Are you going to make an orc shaman or?
Yeah, orc one. So we start in the same area.
Okay, cool. So not a Tauren shaman, because we wouldn't meet up to like 20.
No, like 10. You'll meet him.
Level 10. Yeah, level 10 is when you kind of leave, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll meet him in balance.
What level do you get your mount?
40.
40. Oh, playing an orc means I get a wolf. Oh, that's sick. What do you get if you're undead? You get like an undead
horse.
Right?
Yeah.
Undead horse.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, I was one of those suckers who played Alliance when WoW first came out, so I sucked.
It's really hard to save up for that mount, man. You know, like, I think when I first played with my family, when we played like a week ago, we hopped on and we were like, we got to like level 4, and we didn't have enough money to buy skills.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's right, skills are expensive in this game. Yeah, so we had to go out and farm some mobs.
Yeah. See, I remember all that. I remember saving, and it took me forever to get the gold for my mount. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I finally got there and I was like, sweet. It was pretty cool though when I got it. And then I got my epic mount.
Did you ever get your epic mount?
Yeah, I got my epic
Did you?
mount.
Oh, I never got it.
I got my flying mount too. But I didn't have one of the cool flying mounts. I think I just had is it a hippogriff? What are elves, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a hippogriff. I think it was.
They're all bats. They were like flying bats, weren't they? Oh, griffins.
Oh no, they were griffins. It was a griffin. I never got one of the cool things. I tried really hard in the Burning Crusade to get the Nether Dragon mount.
Yeah, I think I got my epic mount in Burning Crusade because I had enough. But then I couldn't get my epic flying mount because you needed like 5,000 gold, I think. Yeah. And I was like, how the hell am I going to get that?
Well, there was, once you start raiding and stuff, the gold goes up pretty quick.
Yeah, but we didn't raid. We were like,
okay.
We just did PvP and, like dungeons and stuff. We sometimes did like casual raids, like fill-ins and stuff, but not frequent enough. So,
okay.
Yeah, you don't get any gold from PvP.
No, see, I was part of a pretty epic, like pretty decent guild, and we raided like weekly, and you get fair bit of money when you do that. Anyway, so I thought if it's cool with you, Nudge, I'd like to start a new segment.
Yeah, we only have one.
Well, yes, that's right. So now we'll have two.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I was going to call this segment Nimos's number ones, and maybe every week.
Yeah.
Nimos's number ones, and every week I'm going to sort of go for the one thing that's really made me pretty happy during the week. So very likely next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I will be talking about that. But today, I
hope
want to
it's never
talk.
like the happiest thing you did was like you skinned a squirrel or something. Then we'll like be very concerned.
Yeah, when that happens, folks, you can call the police. Nimos #1. I skinned a squirrel and I really enjoyed it.
It was my
Call the
best
cops
moment.
at that point. Call the cops at that point and get them over to my house quickly. No, but okay. So this week's #1 is a song. I'd like to do it. So what we're going to do in Nimos' #1 is I'm going to just review something that has really made me really happy during the week. Something that's either, you know, it might be music. This week it is music. Might be a comic book. Might be a movie. Might be, God, it might be a video game. It might be a statue. Who knows what it will be? But I will talk about what's made me the happiest this week. Don't laugh, man. If we'd done this a couple of weeks ago.
How many statues do you see around?
Right now?
Yeah. I didn't see any.
Dude, right now I can tell you, I'm looking at a oh shit, what's the name of the
figurines don't count as statues.
Oh, what?
They're not statues, they're toys.
Yeah, I can't manipulate my Spider-Man
I am
statue.
going to Google the definition of statue.
Do it now.
Statue.
Before I get into properly get into Nimos' #1s. Google the definition.
Oh, there's no Merriam-Webster. That should be pretty good.
All right, yeah, go with that.
Oh, no way.
I win.
There's nothing about size. That's what I was looking for. A three-dimensional representation, usually of a person, animal, or mythical being, produced by sculpturing, modeling, or casting.
I win. I win, demon boy.
That means awesome. Lego figurines are statues too.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my gosh.
I would totally believe that. Like, I have a pretty impressive Lego collection, as you are well aware. And I would call those statues. Okay. Yeah, right now, man, I'm looking at, like, I don't know. It's got to be at least 50 in front of me.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. If we've
Your
done
number
this
one.
about... My number one. Let's not digress anymore, otherwise we'll spend more than our usual 45 minutes talking about crap. So my number one this week. So I think it was literally the day after our podcast was released.
Yeah.
I had listened to a little bit of it, got a few lulls off us talking, and then I switched back to the radio, and on came this song by the artist Montaigne. Now, so most people, if you've heard Montaigne, you've probably, like me, listened to ABC's Triple J, the breakfast show or the drive home show. Anyway, I heard it on the breakfast show. They were doing it as their feature album for the week. So every week they do like a feature album of a featured artist and play lots of different songs from the album. Yeah. Anyway, so I've liked Montaigne stuff. Like, I haven't bought it or really collected any of it, but like when it's in the car and it comes on, I think, yeah, she's pretty good. She's got a very unique kind of voice. It's not wonderful, but it's very unique. But she played this song called The Dying Song. I thought, oh, that's an interesting title. And then, because it was the album of the week, she then went on to what it was about. And I've actually posted a link underneath, so check it out. Yeah. But she basically explains in the link that she's a big fan of like fantasy and role-playing games on computer and PC and on Nintendo and things. But she does, and she really loves them, but she finds it completely and utterly absurd that someone like, let's say Link from the Legend of Zelda series, is this one guy who goes out and saves like this whole planet, this whole thing. And so The Dying Song is literally about the absurdity of this track. And so I'm listening to it, and the tune's like good. And again, I've posted a link to the actual to the soundtracks, so you can listen to that as well. And tell me what you think, because I'm really interested. Like, again, I keep encouraging people to comment, and I'd really love to know what you guys think of this song. But anyway, I'm bopping along, and it starts, and then I think it's about 3 lines in. Well, okay, I'm going to read you some of the lines from the first verse, which is what really caught my eye.
Yeah.
So the first line is, I picked up the sword that you gave me today, took your blessing, then I made my way. Hope the first challenge would be easy, which, you know, as gamers, we always think, will it be easy?
Yeah.
And then this fourth line, this blew me away, and I thought, oh, she's a super nerd, awesome. And it says, oh, great Deku Tree, would you please me? And I thought, oh, that's sick, because the Deku Tree is from Legend of Zelda, yeah?
Yeah.
So anybody who's played Legend of Zelda knows that in the Ocarina of Time, you, as little Link, go and purge the evil from the Great Deku Tree. And he does show up in the most recent version of... The Deku Tree shows up in the most recent version of the Legend of Zelda,
I've never played Zelda.
Well, that's why I'm explaining for you, Nudge, because I know he sickens you with all of his goodness and things. Anyway.
No, it's not that. I just never got into the gameplay.
Oh, you've never got a... Have you ever owned a Nintendo? Or were you a Sega guy?
No, I had a Nintendo. I've tried playing like the new ones on like the Wii, when I had the Wii. I bought some of them on the store, and I tried playing, and I don't know, it just didn't go for me. I was like,
oh, fair enough. Look, it doesn't... again, like, even Montaigne says it, like, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but she really loves it. Anyway, then the next line caught me even more, because it says, all the heartless want my blood. And the heartless are the creatures from Kingdom Hearts, the great Square Enix series. And I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic.
She loves RPGs.
It looks like, and I think she might be a God of War fan as well, because she says, all the gods want to spit me out as cut. And I thought, oh yeah, that's Kratos right there. Yeah. She's talking about Kratos. Anyway, so then, you know, the pre-chorus is, what if I only got a single life? What if I tripped and fall upon my knife? What if the world is meant for doom and gloom? Guess at the end you can sing this tune. And then the chorus, I won't wreck the chorus because you can sing it, you know, I want you to listen to some of it. But my other favourite line was, she also then she wasn't just talking about video games, she also then talks about D&D, and the line is, and it's theirs if I get a shitty roll. So all the demons want my soul, and it's theirs if I get a shitty roll. And I thought, she's making D&D references and board game references as well. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that has been my absolute number one of the week. I have probably listened to that song 15 times. And again, like I say, it's just because it appeals to anybody who's a nerd. I think will love this, because like if you really think about it, you know, if you were Zelda and you were given a sword and you were asked to go and kill Ganondorf, you probably wouldn't succeed because he's about 5 times your size.
Yeah.
But it's a really awesome song. And so, like, yeah, I've listened to it 15 times this week. And look, to all of our listeners, as I said, I've put the YouTube link where Montaigne explains it. I've also put the YouTube link for the song itself. You can listen to it on Spotify. I would highly recommend it if you want a little bit of a joy. And, you know, if you're an Ocarina of Time fan or any of the other Zelda games, or just, you know, a role player, have a listen. It was really fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I watched a bit of it while you were playing WoW Classic.
I wasn't playing it.
But, yeah, she was talking about, she called it the Chosen One narrative.
That's right.
A big fan, but then she was a big fan, but she doesn't really agree with it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting because, doesn't everyone kind of have that at some point in their life? And it's kind of like it gets beaten out of you, kind of saying, you can't change the world, you can't make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that what happened? It's kind of like, as a kid, you want to be a superhero. That's the kind of stuff. I don't know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be, you know, obviously I wanted to be like a Power Ranger or like Superman or something. But also I wanted to be like a fireman or a policeman, you know, like someone that...
Like a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you start growing up, you know, it starts becoming different.
Yeah, you got to find your way to be a hero if you're going to be a hero, but you probably are. She's right. What really sucks is she is kind of right, because, like, you know, we fight lots of different battles, and
yeah, I mean, it's all a metaphor, really. You know, all the bosses and stuff. It doesn't literally mean there's like a huge monster in your real life, but
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, so that's our first time doing Nimos as number one, and I really like. I'll try and bring you something new every week when we do a podcast, folks. So
Yes.
what else? What else do you want to talk about?
Since you're on the topic of music,
Yeah,
I was just thinking about like the change in mentality from like, I don't know, from like teens, I guess, like late primary school to now. You go through different like music phases.
Oh yeah.
You know, so like what kind of music phases, you know, have you gone through?
Well, I was always a little bit weird with my music, pretty eclectic. I do remember, so my first ever tape that I ever got, that really sort of, I played a lot on my tape player at home when I was a little boy, was the Ninja Turtle soundtrack from the original movie.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know, like, it wasn't my favourite by any stretch of the imagination, but there were some cool tracks on there that I really enjoyed listening to.
Yeah.
And then the second tape my mum ever got me was the Ghostbusters soundtrack. So I kind of started with movie soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because we were talking about that last week with video games, right? And like their place in the world. And like the movie soundtrack were always good. And Ghostbusters had some really funky, the Ghostbusters tape had heaps of really funky music. So I guess I learned to appreciate lots of different types. So I kind of had a mixed bag of stuff. I think I really got into, so when I got to about 11 or 12, I actually started to listen to Metallica quite a lot. My mum brought me the Metallica Black album, and I pretty much learnt that album back to front.
Wow. So she liked Metallica?
No, so the story sort of goes like this. For my 10th, I think it was my 10th birthday, maybe my 11th, but one of those two, my mum bought me a new CD player. So this kids, if you're listening, this is when CDs first came out. That's the thing that was or is now a Blu-ray. But anyway, CDs were like the thing, and I got myself a new CD player, and with the CD, she went into a music shop and asked them what kind of music would attend to 11 to 12-year-old us, and the guy said, we'll try this, the Metallica Black, really good album. But the thing was, it was like, I absolutely loved it, and I learned every song back to front, and for a long time, that was sort of where I stayed. Like I was just Metallica Black, and I started to listen to some of the albums, and I really got into it.
Did you start wearing black clothes and like the leather wrist straps and stuff?
No, that came later. That came when I was about 15, 16. And then when I got to my teens, my next phase of teens was probably punk music, which I kind of got into what they call bubblegum punk, which was, or California punk, which is like Blink-182.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get into the hardcore stuff like the Ramones and that sort of thing.
The classics.
But, like the classic punk, like
the real punk.
Yeah, the real punk. I listened to Blink-182, but I really love their stuff, and so I went sort of away from Metallica and heavy metal and the dark stuff. I mean, as I say, really, I only listened to Metallica and the heavy metal thing. It wasn't until a few more years later that I started listening to like other death metal bands or heavy metal bands like Pantera and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I loved Blink-182, and then the next person I stayed in that vein, and I sort of fell in love with Green Day.
Oh yeah. Who hasn't?
Yeah, exactly. They're an amazing band.
Yeah.
So I wanted the Dookie album, but the Dookie album was always super expensive when I was early sort of teens, 13, 14, and I could never afford it. Like I remember going into HMV hoping I could buy it, and it was $50, and I was like, what the hell? So I got stuck on one of their newer albums, which is called the album Nimrod, and I learned that album back to front, and it's still my favourite to this date. And then, I then went back to heavy metal, and I started listening to lots of different types of heavy metal, mostly because of my friends were listening to it. But things like Cradle of Filth and Rammstein and real heavy metal stuff. I listened to a little bit of R&B, but because my brother was massively into R&B and rap. Like he was into proper gangster rap, like Tupac and all this stuff. I didn't really listen to it. And then I kind of started mixing them up. And by the time I turned 18, I was really into. I was pretty plain on the music that I liked. Like I just listened to new Blink stuff and new Green Day and new Metallica, like when Saint Anger came out. And I kind of stayed on that kind of rock phase for a long time. And then when I got into uni, so when I was about 21, I then had a musical phase, and I actually started really listening to lots of different musicals.
Oh, okay.
Especially the musical Rent. I became a
That's great.
Yes, Rent is an amazing musical, but I got
into
the
soundtrack as well. It's an awesome soundtrack.
It is. It's a great musical. So if you've never seen Rent, folks, definitely give it a listen. It's on Spotify, and it really is worth a good. It's a really very unique, very different musical than sort of classic stuff like Phantom of the Opera and whatever. So I went through a real musical phase. I also started listening to classical music more because my uni course kind of demanded that I did.
Yeah.
And then I'd say this is the last phase of, okay. Then I kind of had this weird split phase. So when I got to about 24, 25, I really started to fall in love with Australian hip hop, which is weird because, as I said, I didn't listen to rap because of my brother.
Yeah.
But Australian hip hop was very different to me. It was very different to American hip hop. So I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm a real big fan of the Hilltop Hoods. And what else? And there was another guy who I really got into in my early 20s, which was John Mayer. So John Mayer was one of... Yeah, I really got into John.
I really liked his early stuff.
Yeah, his early stuff was sick. His new stuff's kind of weird. I still like it and I listen to it, but it's very country, and country's not my favourite.
Yeah, like the early stuff was very like that sound that he had was very roots kind of
indie
like
label
roots kind of what's that guy? The John Butler trio, that kind of sound.
Yeah, the John Butler.
That was really big at the time.
I love John Butler.
This American surfer dude with a shaved head.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh, Jack Johnson?
Jack Johnson, like that kind of sound. I really liked that
sound. I was really into that because I was in uni at that
soothing
point.
And like, there's no like, the melody hardly moves, and they don't sing. They sing very soft tones the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. So
but at the same time, some of them have really nice rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got really into that as well, and now in my old age, I'm not old. Folks, I'm not actually old.
He's 171.
Shut up, mister. I'm 1,054 or whatever age you are.
That's right.
But now my final stage, I've actually started getting into a little bit of the sort of electronica stuff. Stuff sort of done with like beat machines and beat drum machines. One guy I'm really into, if you give me a moment, I'll quickly look him up on Spotify. I think it's Neil.
Stanford. The Automatica guy?
Yeah, the Automatica guy.
What's his name?
This album. I'm looking him up now.
Yeah, that album's really good. I was listening to it on Spotify.
Yeah. It's pretty sick. And I've actually been going back through like... So now I kind of listen to a mix of sort of Australian hip-hop, a little bit of that kind of anything kind of indie, kind of blues roots sort of stuff, so like Kian, and then anything kind of electronic I'll listen to as well, plus all my other stuff. There's one other band I went to see. Was it Frenzal? No, not Frenzal. Oh God, I can't remember. I went to see an American punk band.
Yeah.
They're really, really old, but there was this group there called Bad Cop, and I was like, oh my God, these guys are really fantastic. So I really got into them at the time.
Oh, okay.
Shit, I can't find him. What about you, man? What were you into? Like, what were your how many? So I think that's counting roughly. That's about 7 phases I went through from my teens to, or early sort of double digits to my mid-20s till now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Tell the listeners, what did you...
Primary school is just, it was mainly just pop, because that's all I got, the stuff you see on video hits and rage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I really like Boys to Men, and what else was big at the time? I was, what's it called?
Pretty sick.
Fresh Prince, Will Smith song.
Yeah, who didn't... Look, let's face facts. If you say that you didn't like Will Smith, you're a lying sack of crap.
Yeah, he makes good tunes.
He does. There's no denying it. He makes some fantastic, funky stuff.
Yeah, and I think in high school, I went through the rap, the gangster rap stuff. Mainly like
American stuff.
Yeah, mainly Death Row Records. I was just following them mainly. It was just like Tupac and Tupac and Snoop and Dr. Dre.
Like the West Coast guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big into that, and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Also like R&B, like I can't remember any of their names, but yeah, it was mainly that stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I started learning the guitar in like mid high school, and then I started into all these old Metallica songs and
like anybody who picks up a 6 string.
Yeah, like
will do. They'll play.
Yeah, I think the first song I learned, like once I got the basics down, was the opening riff to Master of Puppets. and then like this, and then like, but the thing is, he didn't teach me the actual rock riff. He taught me the interlude. You know, when they do the slow solo, you know, there's that arpeggio in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me that because
something like that.
Yeah, because like I used to learn classical guitar, so it was like, oh, this is probably easier for you to pick up because you can just finger pick this.
Yeah.
Wow, this is rock music. Like, this sounds really good. And then, kind of went from there, and then listened to a lot of alternative rock. But then I kind of counted Blink-182 in there. Well, some of their songs were very alternative.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I was a big Silverchair fan as well.
Yeah, I went through so when I had my first girlfriend, I went through a pretty serious Silverchair. I started to understand, like, I wasn't a big fan of Frog Stomp when it came out, the first album. But after Frog Stomp, man, I was like, after I met this girl, I got into
the older stuff.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Like, people thought it was weird, but I don't know, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Because and then I studied sound engineering, so we had to listen to a lot of different genres. So I was also I basically like everything. I really like Daft Punk as well. I like the electronic music too. Yeah, see,
I've started really falling, like, I kind of listened to it back then, but now I really, really like it. It's like Daft Punk, the Gorillaz, Nigel Stanford, all these kind of guys who do like electronica stuff.
Yeah.
I should also mention, in between the musical stage and the punk stage in between the punk stage and the musical stage, I got really into Californian ska. So I really loved like Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake and Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Yeah, that got really big then. You reckon that's because of Shrek?
I actually think it was because of the movie Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. Because Mighty Mighty Bosstones feature in that movie when in the scene where they're at that dance and she's with that dude who turns out to be gay. They're there and they're doing Where Did You Go, which is like one of their biggest songs.
Yeah.
All right, so where did we go to? You went through a bit of a Metallica phase once you started learning guitar and doing your sound engineering. Where are you now, Nudge?
Now it's just everything all kind of combined, I guess. That's the great thing about things like Spotify. You can find everything.
That's it. You keep going.
I don't know, because I was going to just kind of, when you were talking about your childhood and stuff, it was interesting because I didn't buy any albums because we couldn't afford it. So I lived off bootleg copies, I still, you know, when Rage came on and stuff, I pushed my stereo up against the speakers and pressed record.
Dude, I'm totally guilty of that. I think anybody who was a teenager during the 90s.
Yeah, recorded from radio.
Record. Yeah, see, that's what I do. I'd wait for the hottest, not the hot. Oh, yeah, no, actually, I would.
The top 10 top 10
countdown on a Sunday. I'd sit there and record CDs and stuff, and record music. Yeah, I do love Spotify. We have access to so much music now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you can discover new stuff as well. Whereas before it was really hard to do that unless you're actively looking for it. But this way it just happens, just pops up as you might like this. And you go, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I like that. That was a good topic. I really like that. Let us know what your musical phases were, folks. Comment in the section below. Tell us some of the things you really liked. Let us know if were you into Aqua? Did you like a little bit of Bewitched?
You know, at that time I didn't like Aqua, but like when kind of made a resurgence a couple of years ago. When I listened to it again, I was like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, they toured recently, and a friend of mine actually saw them tour. Two of my friends, and I was actually pretty jealous. I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing them, but apparently they didn't do a whole heap of new old stuff. They did a lot of their new stuff. Believe it or not, they're still making music.
Wow.
Yeah, but so that's kind of cool that they're still around. What was their last album called? Hang on. Here. Yeah, they made one in 2011 called Megalomania.
Okay. Wow.
It's very different. It's very different though from the Aquarium album that had like Barbie Girl and all that sort of stuff.
That's the only song I know.
Yeah. Oh, they've had a couple of EPs too. So they got Freaky. Unless these have just been released. Oh yeah, no, it looks like they just released the EPs to Spotify. Anyway, so yeah. So let us know, folks. Put some comments in the thing below. What were you into?
Actually, there was a little moment I loved. Happy Mondays.
Happy Mondays.
Yeah, it's like this old British rock group, but they fused rock and dance. You know Joy Division?
Yeah. I know Joy Division.
They were around that time.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on this movie called 24-Hour Party People.
Yeah.
And it was based on that kind of Manchester kind of era. That music scene in the 80s or early 90s, I think. It's a really good movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to watch it for a project, and I watched it like 5 times. And I went on to like Napster, and I was like typing in Happy Monday. It was so hard to find those songs. Yeah.
For all of you out there in YouTube land, Napster was the place where we used to get our music from. Until Lars Ulrich of one of my favorite bands, Metallica, sued the crap out of them and shut them down. Which is really ironic because they were one of the first people to sign up to Spotify.
Yeah. Well, Spotify paid them.
Yes, exactly. Napster did not.
Yeah.
Well, Nudge, I think that's another episode for the week, my friend.
Yes, I think so.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, always fun.
I enjoyed that. That was a go. I liked your topic and like the music. There was some, I went through some cool musical phases. Ladies and gents, hit the like button, subscribe. We've got another subscriber over the week. So we've
really?
7 to 8.
Nice.
Yeah, we keep joining. Our army's becoming small and slow.
Yeah.
Steady growth, that's right. It's still odd though, man. When I look at the views, most people have been looking at the first episode first.
Yeah.
But our views for the second episode have gone up, and so have the episodes for the third. So I think people are listening to it slowly.
Oh, you know what I did last week when I was uploading onto our YouTube channel? I didn't know because I'm new to all this, but you can edit the videos and you can add those cards at the end of the videos. So now when you watch the video all the way through, at the end it'll say like there'll be a subscribe button embedded into the video, and it'll also have links to another episode.
Well, there you go. So now you can look at our entire discography of 4 episodes.
We'll keep
but you know what? You know what? We're going to keep making them, guys, because we enjoy it, and we hope you are enjoying it too.
Yeah, unless Nimos gets jailed for skinning animals.
Well, Or you get called back to the underworld.
That could be the heading. That could be the title.
Skinning an animal.
Probably get demonetized, even though we're not getting any money from this.
It's all right. Don't do it. Let's keep it normal. We'll put what we talked about as our title, I guess. Anyway, ladies and gents, thanks for listening. Nimos out, my friends.
Yes, thank you.
Alrighty. We'll see you next week, folks. Enjoy your week.
See ya.